Good afternoon, children.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
And
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
keep your audios off. We'll wait for another 2 minutes and then we'll start.
Ma'am, we have to open that PPT that you have sent.
PPT of compound interest.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, that is for your help.
Okay then.
PPT which I had sent in the group, 9th group, right? WhatsApp group. You're talking about that PPT?
Yes, ma'am.
That is for your help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome, beta. Okay, today we are going to start with a new topic, expansions. So, are you all ready with your pen and notebook?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because
Yes,
you will be
Yes,
writing,
ma'am.
lots of formulas, which I'll be sharing very soon. Give me a moment. Okay, can you see this? Chapter 2, expansions.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now turn your audios off, please. All of you. Yes, that's better. So today we are starting with new topic, expansions. Now in this topic, children, we are going to deal with lots of identities. There were 4 identities which you have learned in grade 8. So we'll be extending with that. With those 4, we'll be putting some more identities on the screen. So just let's have a learning objectives. So by the end of this chapter, you will be able to find out the values of the algebraic expression. There will be some questions where they will give you an algebraic expression and they'll tell you to calculate the value of those expressions. Second thing, you will be able to find out the product, that is multiplication answer of 2 algebraic expressions. And third thing is expanding algebraic expressions. So they'll be giving you some algebraic expressions and you'll be able to find out the expansion of those expressions. Okay, now please have a look on your screen. There are first 2 identities which you have already done in grade 8. I have written with my red pen, I have written previous, that means grade 8. So first one is a plus b whole square. The expansion of this identity is a square plus 2ab plus b square. Second one also you have done in class 8, a minus b whole square, a square minus 2ab plus b square. Now if you see these 2 identities, there was a plus sign in the middle and here also there is a plus sign. If you see identity number 2, there is a negative sign in the middle and with 2ab there is a negative sign. And the remaining 2 terms on the right side, that is a square is a positive term, below also a square is a positive term, b square is positive and here also b square is positive. So if we want to find out the difference between 2 and learn them up, the only difference which you can see is that if it is a plus b whole square, there will be a difference or a plus sign with 2ab, and if it is a minus b whole square, there will be the middle term will be minus 2ab. Remaining two terms are exactly same in both the identities. Please write it down quickly. Write it down in your notebook. This is your previous year's knowledge. And we will be now in the third one, we will be adding identity 1 and identity 2. So let's see what will happen. So left side will get added with left side and right with right. So a plus b whole square and plus sign in the middle, a minus b whole square. So I have added both the left sides. Now right side, a square plus a square will give me 2a square, and b square plus b square will give me 2b square, and plus 2ab and minus 2ab will cancel each other. So basically these two terms will not be there. Only the terms which will be there in this condition is 2a square plus 2b square, and we will take 2 common out and finally we'll reach this. So this is the result. You don't have to learn the proving of it. The end result you need to learn. So if it is like this, then this will be the answer. A plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square will give you 2 multiplied by within bracket a square plus b square. So this is a new one. In class 8, we used to use them separately. Now we will be adding them as well as we'll be subtracting also. So write down the third one. Now look here, the fourth one. What I have done is, I have done 1 minus 2. So my identity 1 left side was a plus b whole square, which I have written over here. Then put a minus sign. Second identity is a minus b whole square. So I have, after minus sign, I have written a minus b whole square. Then from first one, I am subtracting the second one. So what will happen is, the second expression will change its sign. So whatever was plus will become minus, and whatever is minus will become plus. So finally what will happen? It will be a square minus a square. It will cancel. B square and minus b square will also cancel. And these two will get added because top one was plus 2ab. This also after change of sign will become plus 2ab. So plus 2ab and plus 2ab will give you 4ab. So this is the result of this, just 4ab. So how did I get it? I did 1 minus 2. Left side minus left side, right side minus right side, and all the rules of subtraction will be followed. The second expression which you subtract, all the signs of that expression, it changes. So these two are, third and fourth are new one. Fifth again is the same identity which you have used in class 8, which was a plus b in one bracket multiplied by a minus b, and you get this a square minus b square. Please write it down. This is also the old one.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, let others do.
Done, ma'am.
Okay,
Done, ma'am.
keep your audios off. Now what we will do is, so all 5 identities are there with you. Now what will we do is, we will replace a with x and b with 1 upon x. So first we'll do this replacement in identity number 1. So look over here, it is a plus b whole square. In place of a, now I'm going to put x. In place of b, I'm going to put 1 upon x. And square will be there the way it is written over here. So x plus 1 upon x whole square. On the right side also, we'll do the same thing. Wherever a is written, I have written x. Wherever b is written, I have written 1 upon x. So it will become x square. Keep comparing it with the first one. 2 into a into b. So here it will become 2 into x into 1 upon x plus b square. So plus 1 upon x whole square. Now in the middle term, x is there in the numerator and x is there in the denominator also, it will cancel. So finally you will reach this result. X square plus 2 plus 1 upon x square. This square, children, will be applied to both numerator and denominator. So 1 square will give you 1 only and x square will give you x square. So write it down. This is the sixth one. Then in seventh is when we replace a and b with x and 1 upon x respectively in the second identity. So in place of a, I have written x. In place of b, I have written 1 upon x, and there is a negative sign in between. And outside the bracket, the square is there. Then expansion, a square. So on the right side, it is x square. Middle term will be minus 2 into a into b means into x into 1 by x. So here same way it will cancel in this negative also. So x and x will cancel and you will get only 2. The difference is here you got plus 2, here you'll get minus 2 because the identity has a minus sign in between. And the last term will be same, only 1 upon x square. So first term and the last term in both the identities are same. Only difference is over here. In the previous one it is plus 2, here it is minus 2. This is called middle term. Here also in the original identities also the middle term only was the change in the sign. Otherwise remaining two terms were exactly same. Here also the two terms, first term and the third term, are exactly same with the same signs. Only the middle term is changing because the signs are opposite. So please note it down. We come to the next one. Some more identities. Now identity number 8 is a copy of identity number 5. A plus b into a minus b. A will be replaced by x and b will be replaced by 1 upon x. So you will get this. X plus 1 upon x into x minus 1 upon x is nothing but, if you see the previous identity, a square minus b square. So here it is x square minus 1 upon x whole square. X square will be x square only. This square will get applied to both numerator and denominator. And finally, you will get minus 1 upon x square. I have written over here similar to identity 5. Next is similar to identity number 3, where we added both the expressions. So here it was a plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square. Now replace a with x and b with 1 by x. So x plus 1 by x whole square plus x minus 1 by x whole square. The answer will also be same. Here it was 2 within bracket a square plus b square. Here also 2 outside. within bracket x square plus 1 upon x square, similar to identity 3. Note it down.
Done.
Okay. Identity 10 is similar to identity number 4. Let's see what is identity 4. It was a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square. So here in place of a, I've put x plus 1 upon x whole square minus x minus 1 upon x whole square, and the result of the previous one was 4 into a into b. Here it will be 4 into x into 1 upon x. A over here is x and b is 1 upon x. So x and x will cancel and only you will be left with number 4. There it was 4ab, there was nothing to cancel, but here since your x, a is x and b is 1 upon x, so they will cancel and you will be left with pure number. So I've written over here similar to identity 4. And this is the last one for this.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I got disconnected due to connectivity issues from my side. So can you explain me what happened?
How will I come to know when did you get disconnected? Which identity?
Ma'am, that previous and new from that.
Previous and new?
Identities that you had. Yeah, this one.
I have already explained you. For the time being, I will you just first note them down.
Ma'am, I have noted them down.
So this,
Ma'am, can you explain the last identity?
wait, let me just explain this one again. The third one is addition of first two. So you added the left side, you added the right side, these two will get cancelled. You will be left with 2a square plus 2b square. Then you take 2 common and this is the answer. Identity number 4 is when you subtract 2 from 1. That means a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square. So that means first expression minus second expression. On the right side, the first expression is copied as it is. Second expression, all the signs will change because you're subtracting this expression. So what will happen? Because the signs will change, this a square will become minus. So a square minus a square will cancel. B square and minus b square will also cancel. And 2ab plus 2ab, this minus will become plus. So 2ab plus 2ab will give you 4ab. This one is the previous identity only. You have learnt it in class 8. So a plus b multiplied with a minus b, you get a square minus b square. After
Yes.
that, sixth one is nothing but I have replaced a with x and b with 1 by x. And this is the answer that you will get. So it is same only, just replaced a and b with x and 1 by x. Seventh also, I replaced a with x and b with 1 by x in identity number 2. So again, I got this answer. The middle term gets affected because here it is 2ab and here it is 2 into x into 1 by x. So x cancels each other. So you are left with number 2, unlike the previous ones. Here they were different letters, so we could not cancel. Here they are same, so we cancelled them. So we are left with middle term as just pure number. Move on to the next one. It is again similar to your identity number 5, which was a plus b into a minus b. Again, you replaced a and b with x and 1 by x. So you got this x square minus 1 by x square. Then again, ninth one is similar to identity 3, replacement of a with x and replacement of b with 1 by x. And you get this answer. I have written also similar to identity 3, identity 4. This one is similar to identity 4, which is this one, a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square. Answer is 4ab. Over here, 4 into x into 1 by x, x will cancel, so you'll be left with 4. This 11th
Okay.
identity is the new one where I have used 3 different letters. A plus B plus C whole square. Please pay attention over here. Here there are 3 terms. I have squared them and put the square outside the bracket. And the answer is A square plus B square plus C square. These are individual squares. This is whole square. When the square is put outside the bracket, we call it whole square. When the square is put on individual terms, we simply call it square of that term. So we read it as A plus B plus C whole square. That means outside bracket the square is there, is equal to A square plus B square plus C square plus 2, and within bracket AB plus BC plus AC. Note it down, this is the new one. Till now you were only dealing with 2 variables.
Ma'am, 2 minutes.
Yes.
Done. Ma'am, 2 minutes.
Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, let's now move on to the example. So now we'll be doing few questions where we will be using these identities. This is the first question which is displayed on the screen. 3x plus 10y whole square. So what I have done, I have used, now look here, the right side of your screen. I have used x plus y whole square identity over here. I know that x plus y whole square is x square plus 2xy plus y square. I know the result of this identity. You have to learn all those identities. They are like formulae. So I know the result of this. I have written over here, and here if you see, instead of using small x and small y, I have used capital X and capital Y, because in my question they have already used small x and small y. So to avoid any kind of confusion in the formula, I have used capital X and capital Y. Now what I have done is, if I replace this capital X with 3x and capital Y with 10y, I will get this expression. And once you have got this expression, you replace capital X with 3x and capital Y with 10y on the right side also. So capital X square is nothing but 3x whole square. Please remember that you are replacing capital X with 3x. So wherever it is written capital X square, and whatever is the replacement, the square should be put to the entire replacement. and not on just this small x square. You should put the bracket and then put the square outside. Otherwise, the answer will be wrong. You will only square the variable part and you will not square the number part. Then in the middle term, it is 2 into x into y. Now here 2 is getting multiplied with capital X. And what is my capital X? It is 3x. So I have written plus 2 into 3x. Then it is getting multiplied with capital Y. And what is my capital Y? It is 10y. So I have written over here into 10y. So this middle term is nothing but it is 2xy. Only replaced the values of capital X and capital Y. So it is 2 into 3x into 10y plus the third term is capital Y square, and in place of capital Y I have put 10y and put the bracket and then put the square outside. After that you will solve it and simplify. So this square will be applicable to both number and the variable part. So 3 square is 9, x square will remain x square only. Here all the three numbers will get multiplied. So 2 into 3 is 6, 6 into 10 is 60. And variables will get multiplied together. So x into y will give you xy plus 10y whole square. Again, this square will be for 10 also and for y also. So 10 square is 100 and y square is y square. So this is your final answer and this is how I want you all to do it. You will copy the question, write the steps and use the identity and mention also which identity you are using and what are you replacing. In the actual identity, what the variables are replaced with what thing in the question that you have to mention. Please note it down.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, in place of using capital X and capital Y, can we use A plus B the whole square?
Can we use?
A plus B.
Yes, yes, yes. You can use any two letters which are not same as your question letters to avoid any kind of confusion. You can even use A and B. I have, that is why use the capital this thing. You can use any other letters. Don't use the
Ma'am.
same letters, otherwise it creates a lot of confusion.
Okay, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, do we have to rejoin after this meeting ends?
Rejoin. Why?
Ma'am, because it ends in 40 minutes, no?
No, it is whatever is done in the, because I extend it, so it
Okay,
gets
ma'am.
extended and whatever we are supposed to do in one
Okay.
day, we will do only that. I'm not going to rush
Okay,
through
ma'am.
the course, huh?
Okay.
So have you copied, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we move on to the next question. Example 2. Now, if you see, it is slightly different in the sense that on the number part, I have got a root, but that is okay. It is not an issue. So first copy the question, root 2 m plus root 3 n. The root is only on the number part and not the variable part. If you see, bracket and square, and I have to first think out of 11, 12 identities which I have written in my notebook right now, which one is the one which we are going to use over here. So it is very easy over here. Here we will be using the first identity only, x plus y whole square. First you will write which identity you are using, write the right side of that identity. Second thing is you will mention what is your x in the question and what is your y in the question. So if you try to compare your x will match with root 2m and your y will match with root 3n. And I have mentioned that. And when you are writing this kind of answer, children, you have to be very, very sure as to root is there on the number part or on the variable part also. Here it is only on the number part. So please be very, very careful when you are writing it. Don't extend your root till m. Let your root symbol be with 2 only. Okay. Now, if I have done the replacement, then I will do the replacement on the right side also. So, in place of x square, I'm going to write root 2m and whole square. Why whole square? Because I am replacing x with root 2m. So, complete replacement will go under a square. So, that you can only put when you put a bracket and then put a square outside. Then it is plus 2xy. So plus 2, in place of x you will write root 2m. In place of y you will write root 3n plus y square. So plus root 3n whole square. After that you will simplify. This 2 will be applied to the number part as well as variable part. So root 2 multiplied with root 2 will give you what? Whole number 2.
2.
M square will be m square only. This 2 will remain 2 only. And this root 2 and root 3 will get multiplied and still it will be inside root only, but it is now root 6. So you can only multiply the numbers which are inside root. And after that, you cannot multiply this number with this 2. It has to be like this only. So the numbers which are within root will be multiplied together and for them you will get a combined answer. But you cannot multiply 6 with whole number 2. M will be multiplied with n and together they will be written as mn. So all of them are multiplied and this is the compressed answer for this middle term. Then you will write a plus sign and root 3 into root 3 will again give you 3 and n square will be n square. So this is the final answer.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Let others also do. Then we will
Ma'am,
move.
2 minutes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, the bracket saying using the formula bracket, ma'am. Can we make the bracket below the sum?
Where?
Ma'am, below the sum. Ma'am, if we've got the answer and below that we can make this bracket.
Yes, ma'am.
Below the answer you are talking about?
Yes, ma'am. We leave a line and make over there.
You can do that.
Ma'am, because space problem is happening there.
It's okay. You can. I mean, you are asking about this part which I have written in red, that instead of writing sideways, you want to write it below.
Yes, ma'am.
This red thing, you can write it below also if your notebook is a small notebook. I would prefer doing it sideways, but if you are not able to, it's okay. You mention somewhere this part. This part is important. So put this part in side bracket so that I come to know that, okay, you are using this identity and what is the replacement of x and y in the function. So this is important to mention.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, welcome. We move on to the next question now. This is question number 3. Now, if you see over here, in the previous 2 questions, I had a plus sign in between both the questions. Now, this question, I have a minus sign in between. And it is written 5x minus 2 upon x, or 2 upon 3x bracket and whole square. So this is very much like this identity, a minus b whole square. So first thing is, once you copy the question, your next step should be thinking about the identity which is similar to the question given. So my identity which is similar to the question given is a minus b whole square. You write the spread of that identity, the right hand side of the identity. So right hand side is a square minus 2ab plus b square. Now you compare the left side with the question and see what will fit in place of a and what will fit in place of b. So a is actually 5x in the question and b is 2 upon 3x. So once you recognize what is your a and b, you replace a and b of the right side also with these terms. So wherever a square is written, I'm going to write 5x whole square. You can see that. Then put a minus sign, which is over here. Put it here, over here. Write 2 multiplied by a and b. So here 2 will be multiplied with 5x and will be multiplied with 2 upon 3x. Now pay attention over here. Here in the first term, x is in the numerator and second term, x is in the denominator. You will make no changes and keep it the way they are. Okay. And then plus b square. So it is plus 2 upon 3x whole square, because my b is nothing but 2 upon 3x. Now you will try to simplify them. So if you see in this step only, there is x in the numerator and x in the denominator. So I have just cancelled them. You move on to the next step. This square will be applicable to both 5 and x. So 5 square is 25, x square is x square. Now here I'm going to multiply all three numbers. So 2 5s are 10 and 10 2s are 20. So it becomes minus 20. And in the denominator, it is only 3 which is there. So I've written 3. The variable part has cancelled. So there won't be any x over here. Plus, copy the way it is. This again has got numerator and denominator. Square will be applicable to both. So 2 square is 4 and 3x whole square is 9x square. So this is your final answer.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, we cannot use this identity x minus 1 upon x whole square.
X minus 1 upon x whole square, you can use that also, but that is itself is slightly complicated. So
Okay, ma'am.
it's better that you use simple one which you have done in class 8. That identity,
Okay,
actually there will be separate places, there will be specific questions which will be of that kind. So we will use
Okay,
that
ma'am.
identity in those questions.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, welcome.
Remember, why do we got x and x? Because 5x and 3x.
I'm sorry?
Why are we cutting 5x and 3x? Because like they're not similar, right?
I have not cut 5x and 3x. I have just cut x and x because there was one x in the numerator and one x in the denominator. So no number I have cut. I have only cut the variable. If there are same numbers up and down, what do? We cut it. So
Yeah.
here they are same variable up and down. One is in the numerator, another one is in the denominator.
And ma'am, if it was 6x, so we can cut 3 and 6
Yes,
also, right?
yes. If there is some number which is a multiple of 3 in the numerator, because I can see 3 in the denominator. So if any of the 3 numbers is a multiple of 3, you can cut even that also. And we will be doing it in other questions.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So today, whatever I had explained, is it clear to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we
Yes, ma'am.
slow because this
Yes, ma'am.
is full of formulas. So lots of questions will be done. So I hope you all have noted it.
Ma'am, 2 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So this will be the last question and then we'll end our class.
Done, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Thank you, children.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.